Charlamagne triggers Whoopi Goldberg and The View by calling out Joe Biden for lying and breaking his promise not to pardon his son, Hunter Biden, after his federal convictions. So a lot of people done switched up after this election. Like either you doubled down on the Democrat super liberal stuff or you kind of like shifted a little bit. Let's see what they're talking about.
Yeah. Let me ask you something that's going around right now. A lot of this conversation about President Biden getting criticized from both sides of the aisle for pardoning his son Hunter after repeatedly saying he would never do it. And a lot of people are
Harriet Tubman
saying that it's hypocritical, et cetera, as if the other side doesn't do it. But what's your...
It's not hypocritical. It's a straight lie. Like if Biden said he wasn't going to pardon his son, Hunter Biden, for the stuff Hunter Biden had going on, and then he pardoned him, it's not hypocritical. It's flat out lying.
Reaction to it.
I mean, I think all of the criticism is valid because, Democrats stand on this moral high ground all the time. And, they act so self-righteous. The reality is he didn't have to.
Oh, he's using they like he talking about somebody else as if Charlamagne wasn't the one the past 2-3 elections peddling the Democratic Party. Maybe not this one so much, but the previous ones. If Charlamagne has come out and, admitted or, had this whole spiel about how he's moving more center, kind of like how Anna Kasparian from the Young Turks did. If he's done that, let me know. Otherwise, I'm getting on his ass about this. Pause.
To say anything in regards to, whether or not, his son wanted to be pardoned. He could have said, hey, man, I'm not focused on that right now. But since they were calling Trump a threat to democracy and they were saying that, nobody's above the law, but they were speaking about him, that's what they were running on. So when he kept saying things like, nobody's above the law, I respect, the jury's decision in regards to my son, he didn't believe that. But he didn't have to volunteer that lie to begin with.
I'm going to stop you for a second.
Wait. Whoopi, let's go.
Only because you don't know that it was a lie. We don't know why he changed his mind.
You really think
What? We don't know if it was a lie. It doesn't matter why he changed his mind. The fact is, Biden said out of his mouth, he will not pardon Hunter Biden. Joe Biden said this. He won't pardon his son, Hunter Biden. And then he pardons him as his term comes to an end. It doesn't matter why he changed his mind. It's a lie.
He just changed his mind over Thanksgiving weekend all of a sudden?
No, I'm going to tell you what I think.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he changed his mind because he got sick of watching everybody else get over.
Oh my gosh. They got a clap track in the background. They tell everybody when to clap. Come on, man. The audience of The View, oh my gosh. It's just mind-numbing. It's mind-numbing.
And this is just my feeling, because at some point you get to the place where you just go, so I'm just going to follow the straight and narrow always, because that's what's expected of Democrats.
But that's their fault. They're the ones that go out there and they stand on this moral high ground. Listen, they don't have to do that.
I'm a Democrat. Tell me what the moral high ground is.
The moral high ground is nobody's above the law. I respect what the jurors are saying. He don't have to do that.
So we're mad at him because he changed his...
No. By the way, I'm not...
We're mad because he lied. What are you talking about?
Mad at him pardoning Hunter Biden.
But you sound like you're mad.
No.
If I can get in on this,
No, you sound like you're mad. Charlamagne actually sounds very calm.
I think it went further, and this is one thing we really disagree on. Joe Biden made a point of saying we stand by our institutions
Yes, I
and the
understand all that.
impartiality of the Department of Justice. Democrats ran on that. The same DOJ indicted Hunter Biden. We shouldn't be saying it's corrupt like Donald Trump does, but then in his statement pardoning Hunter Biden, he says that it was a political pursuit by his own Department of Justice.
Can you explain to me
why no clap track for that? Hold on. Why didn't do the whole clap track for that? And this is one thing people do. They try to overtalk you. You gonna let me get my shit off. I'm just letting you know. I'm getting my thing off. So
why it is that when Joe Biden does something, everybody clutches their pearls. He's wrong.
Nobody
he lied.
has criticized Donald Trump more than me or Charlamagne. No.
So is Whoopi Goldberg now saying why when Joe Biden does something, people clutch their pearls, but when Trump does something, people say nothing? I know that's not what she's about to say. Because when Trump does anything, people are all over him. Rightfully so at times. Yo, this show is, this stuff has to go off the air. It has to just be completely obliterated.
I'm sorry. Yeah, people have criticized him more. I've criticized him more. We've all criticized him more, but you're missing my question.
Okay.
My question is, what is it that makes people flip out with Joe, but we don't have the same kind of thing?
Well, I don't think people are flipping out with Joe. I think Democrats are flipping out with Joe because Democrats believe that they don't represent what he's currently representing. But that's just not true. That's why I say they stand on this moral high ground that simply does not exist. And I think this is also the problem when we pick sides, right? We've turned political parties into teams. I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. Ain't nobody more delusional than me, right? Okay? I feel like we're going to the Super Bowl every year, but I'm not delusional. Well, no, that is delusional. But when it comes, but when it comes to political parties, if you pick a side, right, if you say you're a Democrat, if you say you're a Republican, you refuse to be objective about anything.
Yeah, like I'm riding with my team, I'm riding on my side. As if, I was gonna say, as if these people are riding with you, but for like the elites and like the, I guess, pawns, I don't know how rich Whoopi Goldberg is to even call her an elite, but for the like the kind of pawns who they put on any spaces to like speak for them, they are riding for y'all. For us, the average citizen, it doesn't make sense to like ride for a Democratic or Republican Party as if they're our favorite teams. For us, the average citizen, it doesn't make sense. But for like a pawn or for like an elite or for a mega rich donor, well, actually, yeah, the political parties, they are riding for you. So it makes sense why these people behave like this.
I'm an independent.
Yes, but that's not,
but
that's not a monolith. We're not, Democrats are not a monolith.
Why can't you say when Democrats are wrong? And why can't Republicans say when Republicans are wrong?
I'll tell you when Democrats are
wrong. So you don't think Joe Biden is wrong?
No, I don't. And can I just point this out to you? The president has a pardon power, right?
I say you were ridiculous.
Whoopi Goldberg's whole thing is, if I get more angry than you, I win the debate. I'm going to get more, like whoever, this is how she thinks debates work. Whoever gets more angry wins. Charlamagne says, what you said is ridiculous. Like just the idea that Biden is not wrong for lying, that's ridiculous. And she goes, oh, no, you're ridiculous. You're like a 2-year-old, man. Relax.
Yeah, I said that. I just think that's
Think about it this way.
Be careful kissing these people. You're going to get yourself a lawsuit out here. You see how they acting.
Just very quickly.
Okay. The View, man, absolute insanity. This is like the equivalent of watching Fox News in 2008 when Obama was running and Fox News was just flipping their shit about everything Obama did. Oh, he wore a tan suit. How dare he? And he's from Kenya. And how outrageous Fox News was back then. This is like what The View is on. Straight delusional. Well, anyways, who y'all think is right? Just because I'm critiquing Whoopi and them, don't be afraid to say your true thoughts. Do you like The View? Do you think Charlamagne is wrong? And did Charlamagne have like a coming to Jesus moment? I don't know what else to call it. Did he have like a epiphany, I guess, on the Democratic Party recently? Did I miss like this whole statement like Anna Kasparian had from the Young Turks where he kind of just said, you know what? It's gone a little too far left for me. I'm coming back to the center. What is this all about? Because this is the same Charlamagne who rallied us to vote for Hillary, the Democrats, in 2016, and who rallied us to vote for Joe Biden in 2020, gave Bernie Sanders the worst interview of all time, by the way. So Charlamagne aided in Bernie Sanders getting fucked over by the Democrat Party. He aided in that. So, I mean, let me know what's up with Charlamagne. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Top5rapwebsite.com. Peace.